Steph is Steph though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's real weird.
Nah, you already
Steph
started. You ain't even say that.
Look, it's weird because Steph super inspired me. You got to remember, like Steph hit in '96. Like this is feel me. Most dudes was like feel me. In my town was they ain't have it at that time. So Steph is a huge influence of mine, and he my family. But I feel like Steph ain't do a great job making sure that the unity was there for the family. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have a great relationship. I let him off the hook a lot of these years. Steph really did hate on me with Jay. You know what I'm saying? Jay was my dude. They really hated on that situation with me. I don't know. We don't got the greatest relationship, but I'm at a point now where it's like, at least I got to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yo, what's good, people? We back. Had to come through on this one, right? Because I saw something. I saw Sebastian Telfair on, I talked about it a little bit when he was on the show with Cameron Mace. And this question right here about, like, yo, you and Marbury is cousins. But it don't seem like it, you know what I'm saying? It just seemed like, yo, I know him. Like, yeah, we from the same building or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was that type of relationship that you would get from Sebastian Telfair and Stephon Marbury. The only reason that you know that they're related is because of the story that, how much later Sebastian came after Stephon Marbury, right? But I'm really questioning, I'm really thinking now, because they're like, yo, because Sebastian said, like, yo, Marbury did hate on me in that relationship I had with Jay-Z. He hated on that shit. And, we've seen proof of that throughout the years. We've seen Steph going at Jay-Z, like, recently. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm starting to question on, like, the way that it happened. I'm really starting to think, did Stephon Marbury hate on Sebastian Telfair? Because you know how it goes. Like when you're in other families, sometimes you want to be that only one. Sometimes I want to be the one. You know what I'm saying? When there's a next one, like you don't really want that. You don't really want that to come close to you. Like you want to be the one. I'm just speaking from what I've seen, not personally. And it got me thinking back. I remember like back in '96. I'm a youngster. I'm a kid. Right, but I remember everybody that know me, that love basketball around me. They're like, yo, F Marbury. They're like, yo, that nigga's trash. He can't compete with no Iverson. He ain't no Iverson. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, I never knew one person that liked Stephon Marbury. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? After his career was over, I learned to appreciate him. But while he was playing, I didn't know one person that said, yo, I like Marbury. No matter what team, Phoenix, Minnesota, New Jersey, New York, nobody liked Marbury. And I remember when he went to the Knicks, remember when Carmelo said, yo, I'm coming to the Knicks, it was like a big uproar. People were happy. When Marbury came to the Knicks, it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that. And I'm just wondering, because the Sebastian Telfair did get a lot of hate coming into the league. He didn't get no, yo, we're going to make sure this kid don't fail. Because now when you see people coming to the league, like you can tell when players are drafted into situations where like they're just not going to fail at all. Like what's his name? I know he went number 1 and all that, but when Wemby gets drafted, like there's no way in hell he would ever be a bust. Who went number 1 the year before Paolo? There's no way they were gonna let him be no bust. You know what I'm saying? They were like dedicated to him. And certain picks, Davion Mitchell, right? He went to Sacramento. He went number 11. They dedicated that time to him. They say he is not going to be a bust. When Toronto draft a player, they say, yo, he is not going to be a bust. We are going to work with him and we are going to develop him. You look at Fred VanVleet. What he turned out to. But in Sebastian Telfair's career, it was like, yo, let's see what he got. If we don't like him, we cutting him. If we don't like him, like, you know what I'm saying, we benching him. You know what I'm saying? There was no dedication to Sebastian Telfair, and I believe it's coming off the heels of Stephon Marbury. Like, they like, the same bloodline. They're like, oh, the same bloodline, so he probably got the same tendencies. Because when Marbury was in Minnesota, he was mad that Minnesota gave that money to KG instead of him. that was like a real big head move. People, that used to be his name for people who didn't like him. Said big head because Marbury, you know what I'm saying, had a big ass head, not like figuratively and literally. And for him, like for you to not understand why they would pay KG before they paid you when you got drafted a year after KG, that was bad right there. That set the Minnesota franchise back like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And so when they saw him do that damage to Minnesota, it was like nobody ever dedicated nothing to him again. Nobody ever dedicated nothing to him again. When he got to New Jersey, they're like, okay, yeah, you want to be close to home, right? Yeah, go play with this trash over here. Go play with Jason Williams and Keith Van Horn. You know what I'm saying? Go play with the driver kick. Nah, I ain't gonna do Jason Williams like that. But go play with Keith Van Horn and Lucius Harris. You know what I'm saying? That'd be your squad now. You could be the man over there. You know what I'm saying? That's when the New Jersey Nets were horrible. I mean, they were horrible. I mean, like they probably used to sell about like 12% of the arena. You get what I'm saying? And Marbury being from New York, you would think that he would be the draw, but nah, it didn't turn out that way. And knowing the story of Marbury, right? Like his older brother was nice. You would think that Marbury would have that same love for Sebastian that his older brother had for him, but it wasn't like that. It was like, well, first of all, it's because that was his older brother. I'm pretty sure their relationship is different than Marbury and Sebastian just being cousins. You know what I'm saying? So Marbury's older brother ended up being his biggest support. And then Marbury ended up being support for his younger brother, because his younger brother is Zach Marbury, right? Zach Marbury made it to the Knicks. I remember seeing him on the Knicks. Like, how the you know what I'm saying? He made it to the Knicks. But he made it on the squad. And so I think Sebastian didn't get that same type of, from what we can see, from what I see, he didn't get that same, respect and support from Marbury. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm like, if Lance Stevenson could play in the league for like, how many years did Lance Stevenson play? You know what I'm saying? He left the league a couple of years, but he last played, 2018, 2019 with the Lakers. He could have played a couple of more years after that, but ain't nobody want to take a chance on him. It's something about a Brooklyn player that they just don't like. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm really, nobody liked Marbury. I remember people like, I don't ever people liking Marbury. That's one thing I wish Iverson would speak on. I wish Iverson would speak on, like, yo, because that was the comparison, because Stephon Marbury played at Georgia Tech while Iverson was at Georgetown. That was ACC in the Big East. But I think they played once in college. But I remember around that 96 draft, that was that's who they were like saying was Iverson's biggest comp. It wasn't talking about Kobe then. They said Marbury was his biggest comp. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, did Marbury really hate on Sebastian Telfair? Because really, Sebastian Telfair did not get a fair chance at the league. He didn't get a fair chance. When Marbury was signed to the Celtics, signed back to the Celtics after leaving the league for a while. He went on hiatus after the Vaseline. I don't even want to talk about the Vaseline, but after that, he signed to the Celtics during that Big Three era, and I didn't like that. I didn't like him coming off the bench playing backup to like your former teammate. You like KG was your teammate. You know what I'm saying? And you and Ray Allen came out in the same draft. So I didn't like Marbury being the backup, because I was like, he was a backup to like Ricky Rondo. I didn't like Rondo back then, but Rondo should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I really hope Rondo make it to the Hall of Fame on the first chance, because people can't mess with Rondo. Like, I'd rather have Rondo over Chris Paul. I'd rather have Rondo over Steve Nash. You get what I'm saying? So it's like back to what I'm saying, right? Stephon Marbury, looking at his career. Nobody liked Marbury ever. You're never gonna see no clip of no reporter be like, "Oh, Marbury, he does this so good. He's so good at that." Like nobody liked Marbury. Nobody liked him. They all thought there was something wrong with his, like he had a crazy attitude or some shit. That's what people thought. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, China Marbury is the first time I seen people have love for Marbury. They loved him once he went away. You know what I'm saying? The New York Knicks Marbury, they hated Marbury. I can see why he went to the Vaseline, because like the pressure was probably crazy on him at that time, but he was past his prime, man. He was past his prime. You know, he spent his prime years on Phoenix and New Jersey and all that. So with the New York Knicks Marbury, like the best thing that he can do is just like put up numbers. But Sebastian Telfair, like, you know, all the years the Knicks have been trash. Like they've been trash for so long. Sebastian Telfair should have at least got a chance with the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks were known for signing somebody that's out of their prime. Like, you know, I remember they got Penny out of his prime. They got T-Mac out of his prime. Like, if you out of your prime, the Knicks used to be like number one on the list. You know what I'm saying? Because they were just concerned about names back then. But I'm starting to believe it. I'm starting to believe Marbury was hating on Sebastian Telfair and him achieving any type of NBA success. I don't think Marbury wanted that. Based off of, you know, putting things together, I believe that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go and get out of here on this one, man. I'm out.